It's time for a Teacher Summer Talk session that's got more helpful nuggets than a whole season of Boy Meets World. This isn't just any session. This could be the one that changes your classroom life forever. Grab your sticker chart and let's roll those credits.
Hi there, my name is Teresa Quantz, and I am so excited to be part of the Teacher Summer Talks. Today I'm going to be discussing how to use Canva and technology in your classroom. But before we get started, I want to give a little introduction of me and who I am. I am a former teacher. I taught 6th grade in an elementary school for 5 years. During that time, I also received my technology endorsement. I love using technology in the classroom. Currently, I create teacher resources from home, and I do also substitute teach now that all of my kids are in school, and I absolutely love it. And when I get the opportunity, I also love to incorporate Canva or technology when I am there subbing in the classrooms. But let's go ahead and get started in how to use Canva in the classroom and ways you can use it to get your students more engaged with technology. Oftentimes, when I see teachers using technology, I get a little frustrated because they're just opening up the Chromebooks and they're saying, here, play this game I found online, or make me a quick PowerPoint. And while that can be good, it can sometimes be a little boring or not as fun for the students, or let's just be honest, not really engaging. It just becomes busy work. I believe technology should have a purpose when it's being used. And Canva has so many tools you can use as a teacher to make it purposeful and make it both educational and fun. Before we get started, though, I want you to remember that if you didn't know, Canva is free for all educators. You just have to make sure you sign in with your teacher email, and you can get all signed up with a free Canva account. This is for you to use it personally in your classroom. You wouldn't be able to use your Canva for Education account for commercial purposes, but you could within your own classroom with your students. It will also give students logins to be able to use as well. I have noticed while I've been subbing in classrooms that a lot of teachers are using Canva. In fact, I've even had my very own kids come home with assignments that they had to use Canva for. It is a very popular tool, and I honestly cannot believe it's free for teachers. Every time I hear that, it's mind-blowing because there is so much you can do. Now, there are a lot of new Canva updates recently, and I want to talk about one first called Canva Code. Now, I have never really known how to code. That's just way above me and above my skill level. But now in Canva, when you jump right in on the dashboard, you will see a button in the middle called Canva AI. And there are lots of different AI features that you could use as a teacher, but I would suggest starting with Canva Code. And it says code for me. And you can actually enter in any prompt that you want. Right now, I have made things like a 6-sided dice that is 3D and it rolls when students click on it. How fun is that for interactive board games or team play that you're doing? I thought that was fun. I've also used Canva Code to create interactive awards for like end of the year. You could use it to create fun sorting games. I did a math game with it where it sorted all of the math facts into the correct product. Really fun. The students would drag and drop it. I've also created memory match games where it was a space solar system vocabulary and students were matching the word with the vocabulary. This was all in Canva Code. It took just a couple of minutes and it made this interactive game for me. It was incredible. So I highly suggest checking out Canva Code inside of your Canva account as a teacher. Another fun way to utilize Canva is to create interactive quizzes. Now, since this is more of a podcast format, it's going to be a little harder for me to show you what this is, but I'm going to do my best to walk you through it. When you open up a presentation in Canva, on the left-hand side under Elements, you will see an option called polls and quizzes. Just choose one of those quizzes there and insert it onto a slide on your presentation in Canva. Now you can edit that element. You can edit the color, you can edit the question. So I'm going to go ahead and click on that element and choose edit. And I'm going to type my question. If I were doing a simple math question, let's say 3 times 4, I can then add my different answer choices. So right now there's only 2 answer choices, but I can add more options if I'd like. So 3 times 4, the correct answer is 12, but I'm going to go ahead and also add 7. I'm going to add an option here and do 10. And then let's add another option here and do 14. Now there are 3 little dots if you were to be following along with me on your own Canva account that you can click on, and you can actually move these answer choices up and down, and you can also choose which one is the correct option. You can also change the color of this little poll or quiz to match the colors on your presentation. Now, what's great about these polls and quizzes is when you share this presentation with your students and they answer the questions, you get live updates on the teacher end. There is an option when you select that element in the presentation to choose responses, and it will show you who has responded and which questions they answered. You'll then get a percentage option of how many got it right, how many got it wrong, and how many answered which question. It's pretty awesome and a great way to do some quick assessment of your students to see where everyone is at. I love to use the poll and quiz feature. I think it is a lot of fun. Another fun way to use Canva in the classroom is to create some drag and drop presentations. Now, just a quick heads up, if you open up a new presentation and you click design and you see all the different templates there, under the search bar, if you do the little @ symbol and then type my name, TeresaKwant, you'll actually see a bunch of presentations I've created that are stored in the Canva library. And you can use those right with your students. I have some drag and drop activities. I have morning slides. I have math quizzes. It's awesome. But I love the drag and drop activities because in just the regular edit mode, students can drag their different answers across the screen to fill different answers. And I have one called Feed Me, where students are feeding a character such as a shark, and they're feeding the shark the numbers to the correct answer of the question. So for example, the question is 24 times 12. So they will drag the number 2, the number 8, and the number 8 again into the shark's mouth to form their answer. I love these interactive activities for older students or younger students as well. You can really modify it to fit any age range, but it makes using Canva a little more interactive. One of my best pieces of advice when using technology with students is to just start having them use it. You didn't learn how to use technology in one day. You had to learn how to use it over time, and as time progressed, you got better and better. Students are going to be the same way. The more you start using technology, the easier it will be for them to figure out and manipulate. I would begin by just having them create a simple presentation in Canva and learning all the different elements and tools and how it all works together. Maybe for back to school season, you have them create a fun all about me presentation that they can share with a small group or with the class. This way, they learn how to find a template in Canva. They learn how to use the text boxes and the fonts. They learn how to find the different elements and put them into their presentation. They learn how to use transitions between slides. But creating an atmosphere where they are learning how to create a project that has meaning will also give them the skills they need in the future to use it in other subjects and in other areas of your lessons. I absolutely love Canva, and I love having students use it too. It is an amazing tool that I hope you can learn how to use and apply into your classroom and your lesson plans. Now, if you want to learn more fun ways on how to use Canva in the classroom, please follow along with me on Instagram at Teresa Quant, TeresaKwant. I have been sharing tons of fun ways for teachers to use Canva in the classroom, as well as just other great ways to use technology. So make sure to follow along with me on Instagram. I'm also on YouTube and TikTok, but Instagram is where I like to hang out most. Thanks for your time, and I hope you are having a wonderful summer and getting prepared for back to school season.
That was more useful than a week of after-school specials. If you're vibing with the summit, don't miss your chance to apply for the Back to School Success Scholarship. Only 3 winners, announced June 26th. You'll find the form in the show notes, your inbox, and the Facebook group. Bookmark it like the 90s TV guide.